All right, welcome to the Quarantine Check-In. I'm your host, Robert Frank, and tonight I am checking in on one of Detroit's favorite comedians, Bill Morrison. Bill, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing super duper. How about yourself there, Robert?
I'm doing well. I'm actually jealous that you have an office with a calendar on the wall.
I,
I don't know if you know this, but there's this thing called the computer where you can put
yeah,
your calendars on that or on your phone.
I understand that, but these are giant wall calendars where I can see my whole year at one time, and I've been using them now for 20 some years. So
A lot has happened in the last 20 years.
I, I know, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Now, do you have a time clock that you punch in and out every day down there?
I do not. I do have a clock here that I keep next to my desk to remind me what time it is, and it's set 5 minutes fast, so I'm usually on time because I hate being late.
You have been called one of the most punctual comics in Detroit.
I would agree with that statement because I like to be on time, even ahead of time. So yeah, I hate running late. I hate that.
Me too. Even though I do run late a lot, I have all the intentions not to run late.
I have discovered that by giving other comedians rides to places, that they are not as timely as I am.
Oh, so, I know. I've been on some of those rides where the other people have not shown up on time, and that makes me very anxious.
Yes. So imagine me being the driver. It adds to my anxiety as well. So
yeah.
But go ahead.
Let's get to some of the issues. I told some people you're going to be on the show, and I have one question for you that a few people asked me to ask you. How are you? Or let me ask you, how did you become the nicest comic in Detroit?
I don't know how I got that title. It wasn't something I was aiming for, but I think it's just a matter of who I am. I have a lot of respect for people that do comedy, even if I don't necessarily find them funny. I was going to post about this in another couple days, but there's just something about people that are willing to get up on stage. They move from people that are the people that are should-haves to people that actually do it. And so you have to at least give some, I don't know, you got to give some respect to people that actually try it.
Right.
So, and I don't know, I've been in business for a long time, and I've tried very hard not to burn my bridges because you never know when the circle of life is going to come back again. I guess that's part of it. But I try not to pick fights. That's another thing. So
probably a smart move.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain things that are worth fighting about, certain things aren't. So until a topic comes up that really gets to me, I'll probably keep my mouth shut.
Well, I remember driving back from a show in Kalamazoo with you, me, Tina Green, and Elena Gonzalez, where there was a heated discussion about.
I know right where this is going.
About my title as America's Sweetheart. And that night, I was falsely robbed of that title.
Well, I don't know about false. It was up for a vote. So, but you see, now you're trying to get me between you and Tina on a very issue. And now I'm going to be the bad guy to one of you. And I will.
Bad guy. As America's Sweetheart, I would never want to put you in that position.
Oh, okay. I don't think Tina would want to put me in that position, but you two are putting me there. So,
man, I don't, as America's Sweetheart, I will not do that. We will line of questioning.
I will remain silent on the topic. How's that?
And we'll take it off topic where I know we'll come to a.
Okay.
I'll take it offline. We'll come to an agreement or a disagreement on it.
Okay. All right.
So what made you want to start doing comedy?
Well, I was a public speaker for a long time, teaching insurance. When I did that, I was kind of against the I was against the trend. Most people that were teaching insurance felt that they were in the insurance industry, when in reality they're not. They're in the communication business. And I found that my effectiveness as a teacher relied very heavily on my sense of humor, to get to people laugh, to interact. And I had a lot of people tell me, "Oh, you should try stand-up." And one of the guys that I used to teach with was actually a stand-up comedian. His name is Randy Montgomery, and he was a road comedian for years. He was a road comedian, and he even encouraged me to do it. And so when I got to the point in my life where my kids were basically out of the house and those responsibilities have been met, that's when I decided that I was going to give stand-up a try. So, and that it'll be 2 years, April the 4th. It'll be my 2-year anniversary, and I have not at all. So, I thoroughly enjoy it.
How you perform live? Let me ask you a question. Where do you think? What venue do you think I saw you perform first?
Man. Wow. I don't know. I guess maybe the Canton Brew Works.
Nope.
All right.
That was the first show we were on together.
Okay.
No, it was at the Cabbage Patch.
Oh.
You came on stage. You were.
Oh, okay.
And then Joe.
Okay.
I can't hate that guy.
Well, thank you.
And it was you probably had one of the better sets that night. I was going to talk to you, but for some reason I think I went on right after you, and then like usually I left because I always had something going on early on Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
So I had to stay at Cabbage Patch.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't been to Cabbage Patch in a while. I used to enjoy that. I used to enjoy hanging out there for a little bit. You and I have had pizza there.
Yes, which I should not have had since I'm allergic to dairy.
I know that, but
Yeah.
one slice did not kill you. So, and I didn't have to ride home with you, so I was okay.
No, we really didn't know each other that well at that point.
No, probably not.
What has been your favorite show so far?
That's a I've got a few. A show I just did recently at Captain Joe's in was at Whitmore Lake. That was one of my better shows, in as far as the crowd response and laughter and stuff like that. My first weekend at One Night Stands, that was a kind of a big deal to me. That first time I was hosting at a comedy club. And then my first time featuring, which I just did a few weeks ago. That was so. I don't know. It's like saying, what's your favorite movie? I have probably a top 10 of movies. I probably have like a top 4 or 5.
What's your top 5 movies? I'm sorry.
Top 5 movies?
Yeah.
Probably Citizen Kane would be one of them.
That's a good one.
Once Upon a Time in America, but it has to be the longer version. The 3 hour and 49-minute version of it. Trying to think of what else. Sentimental wise, I like It's a Wonderful Life. Geez, what other movies would fit into that category? I like Star Trek II: Wrath of Khan.
That's a good one.
That's a good movie. Yeah, like comedy. Why I like stupid comedies. You know what I mean? So, um, stuff that probably no one's ever seen.
Like what?
Um, there's a movie with Richard Dreyfuss called Let It Ride,
Okay.
where he's at a racetrack all day.
I've seen
And
that.
yeah, and I used to work at a racetrack, so
What?
I find it funny because I could identify with all the different characters.
We are already learning a lot about you on this.
Yeah.
What did you do at a racetrack?
I stock stands. So this is at Detroit Racecourse, which is no longer there. Now it's a Costco and a Meijer. But my best friend, Tom Rice, got me a weekend job.
Tom from your jokes?
Yes, Tom, for my jokes. So we'd get there early in the morning, stock all the stands with food and ice and everything. And then just as they ran out, bring more stuff to them. You got all your work done early. You can spend the afternoon betting on horses, and you can either double your paycheck or lose your paycheck, depending on how good you were at handicapping.
How good were you at handicapping?
We generally won a lot more than we lost. So, yeah, I was pretty good at it.
How do you have no jokes about this?
I don't know. I mean, I'm still early on. I mean, I'm 2 years into it. I'm still just trying to find my voice, I think.
You were one of those comedians that came and you pretty much had a voice right away. And
yeah.
I think it's because you were talking about stuff no one else was.
I don't know if it's no one else is talking about it or just the way I talk about it. I think that's probably a better way of saying it, I think. But
you have that joke about, being gay isn't a choice because you would have married your best friend, Tom. I have never heard anything like that before.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
I thought, I always think that's one of my favorite jokes. And your Abraham Lincoln joke is great. And I know if there are people on here who've never seen Bill, you need to go search him out when comedy resumes to go see him.
Yeah. My Abraham Lincoln joke can be divisive though sometimes, but I still like it. It's still one of my favorite jokes. Bob Phillips loves it, and that's all that matters. And you love it. So
look, you're talking to a guy who half of his set is.
What's that?
Half of my set is divisive jokes.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I didn't realize that, but yeah, you're right. So.
So what is your goal once we're able to start performing again?
Well, goal is just to kind of get my timing back. When I work 80,000 jokes about quarantine and the COVID-19 and everything like that. And I don't know if people are going to want to be reminded of that or if they just want to move on with their lives.
I think right now at the virtual open mics, you're going to hear a lot about it, but I think once we're able to socially undistance ourselves,
no
one's going to want to hear about it.
Yeah.
It'll be like, you know what? We all know what happened. Let's kind of not talk about it for a while.
Yeah. So it's a matter of, I was to the point where I had probably 20 some minutes of material and I'm going to have to go back and just rework it all over again, just to practice the timing of it and everything else. I think it'll take me a while to kind of get back into the rhythm of things. And, with all the bookings and everything, I had a weekend coming up. I had next weekend. I had paid gigs just about every weekend. And so I don't know how this is going to affect, if things get rescheduled or if I'm just completely eliminated or what's going to happen. And so that's the other thing. I don't know how much stage time everyone's going to have. Because you're going to compress all this stuff. You know what I mean? So,
well, I know we had a show at the end of April that we were going to be doing.
Yes.
I am going to message the venue to see if we can push it back to May, so
Yeah.
that date's not lost.
Yeah.
And because I'm at a point where I need to do a show. Like, as soon as this is over, I'm doing a virtual mic tonight.
Yeah.
Against my better judgment. And then I'm having one tomorrow night if you're interested in being on it. Well, actually, let me rephrase it. This will be out on Friday, so the night would have been last night, and hopefully you will have been part of it.
Okay. All right. Well, it's yeah, I don't know. I have a hard time with the virtual mic thing, only from a, like I'm watching Stephen Colbert. It's interesting because he doesn't have the audience reaction, but yet you watch and he does wait. You know what I mean? Like he tells a joke and then you can see him wait. So, I don't know.
Do you watch the guy who's on Sunday night on HBO?
Oh, John Oliver.
Yeah. Did you see this past Sundays?
I saw bits and pieces of it.
He mentioned at the beginning that he's used to the silence because he was a stand-up comedian.
Right. Yes.
Career.
He had that actually in his interview with Stephen Colbert interviewed him on Monday. And he had mentioned that in his interview. So, because they actually come from two different places. John Oliver's a stand-up, whereas Stephen Colbert was a guy that did improv.
Yep.
So, but yeah, and the other thing I worry about is that with all the road comics that lost all this work, they're probably going to scoop up a lot of work because they'll take just about anything. And so there'll be less for other people to feast off of. You know what I mean?
But really, the shows we're doing are not going to interfere with that. I mean,
No, I understand that. But I'm just talking about my, in as far as what I had planned out for the year.
Yeah.
I'll probably have less availability. There'll be less shows for me to do because they'll be booked by other people, by more prominent people.
Maybe we'll see that when the doors open again.
Yeah.
Do you think comedy's going to change at all because of this?
No, I don't think so. I think once everybody goes back to the club, yep.
I know.
Yeah. Clubs kept to a minimum. The tables have to be spaced out. I think that'll still continue for a while. So, yeah. But we'll wait and see. And then you don't even know how many of those are going to stay open.
That's something we've been kind of talking about. We talked about it on this show the other day. Dave Crumbly and I did, and I've been having conversations with other people. I think some of the clubs or venues are going to be not around anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you just think about just the open mic, you've got the 342 bar, or you've got New Way, or the Cabbage Patch, or the Beach Tiki Bar and Boyle, or whatever it might be. Some of those restaurants or venues may not be around, and so whoever runs that open mic is going to have to scramble to find another place, and who knows how many places are going to be left. You know what I mean? So
that's what Tom and I were talking about. That he's wondering if the Tiki Bar, which has never been a place that's been packed,
right,
is going to be open. I hope it is because I want to go back there and I want to see Tom again.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So I'm worried for Tom right now, but
I think we all are, and hopefully,
yeah,
hopefully he gets better. And
yeah. I mean, even if he never runs another show again, I still I still want Tom to be okay. It is. So
like, I got nominated third time. I'll do it so no one nominates me again.
all right. Well, I didn't get nominated until very late.
Who nominated? Wasn't me, was it?
Nope, Brian Harrison. So, and that was it. I mean, it was just like I felt like grade school all over again. Like I'm the fat kid that's going to get picked last for kickball. So,
I am the same. I was the same way. So, Bill, I normally end this by introducing you to my new hobby.
okay.
Which I've been scouring the misconnection section on Craigslist.
Oh yeah.
I am going to read you one,
Okay.
and I hope you could craft a joke out of it.
Okay.
Now, I am going to read you one from Athens, Georgia.
Okay. All right.
All right. Miss my older geek friend. Miss my older geek mom. She was older than me. We both were married. She worked with animals and was a busy mom. We met here and became very close. We talked about absolutely everything. We cheer each other up when depressed or lonely, make each other laugh, and keep each other company at work. She was a huge geek. We both were. We got to know each other into several different sci-fi, fantasy, horror shows and genres, and loved to talk about obscure and weird stuff. Really miss that kind of friendship. Not looking for a hookup, min, or any of the other irrelevant crap Craigslist is used for these days.
And that's it.
That's it.
He misses his geeky mom.
Friend.
Geeky friend.
Yeah, he called her Geek Mom.
Okay. Wow. And you want me to make a joke out of that?
I mean, the whole thing is really a joke.
Jeez. I'm stumped. Give me a minute to think about that. Let's talk about something else, and I'll come back with a joke.
Okay.
I'll put it on the back burner.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No worries. If you want me to read you another one, I can read you another one.
No, that's okay. So, hey, does he have matching Star Trek outfits for him?
I would say just by looking at this that since I don't know how this person could be a geek since it doesn't feel like they understand grammar.
No. And well, first of all, we can assume that they're probably a virgin.
No, because they were both married.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they had sex.
No, I don't think so either. Maybe, and yeah, that's a weird relationship.
It's weird. What I find funny is whenever he used the word each other he makes into one word.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And I like the line. We got each other into several different sci-fi, fantasy, horror shows and genres, and love to talk about obscure and weird stuff. So
Okay.
just sci-fi, fantasy, and horror shows weren't weird enough.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That just seems like a very special relationship.
It was obviously a relationship the geek mom wasn't into.
No,
She
no,
left him high and dry.
she did, and maybe because he made some sexual advances towards her. And
Or he didn't make any sexual advances.
that's true. That's true. Maybe she was waiting for him to make the first move, and his response was, "I have been and always will be your." If she knew that she was permanently in the friend zone, then maybe that was the end of the relationship.
And we bring it back full circle to Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan.
There you go. Yep. Actually, when my best friend Tom turned 50, I got him the movie poster for Star Trek II Wrath of Khan, autographed by William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, and I think it's DeForest Kelly. And then I have it framed, and then I have it inscribed underneath that I have been and always will be your friend. So I actually say that to Tom.
You didn't get it signed by Ricardo Montalban?
I did not, but it was. I bought it off the internet.
Okay.
I had to find a reputable place to buy it from.
Okay. All right. That's good. That's good. Man, this was fun. I can't wait to actually see you in person again.
I know. When you could sit in the front seat of my car and tell me how to drive.
First of all, part of me is a Jewish mother, so I have to tell you how to drive. And two, I need to be protected at all times.
I understand that, Robert. So I understand it comes from love.
It does. It does. But I have permanent shotgun in any vehicle that you own, rent.
I know that. And every other comic knows that too.
It's good. It's good. So, thankfully, you've never turned that into a joke because I would have to sue you.
No, I would not. No.
So one last thing is, when do you think we'll be free?
Well, I personally think that the order's going to be extended till the beginning of May. Right now we're April 13th.
April 30th.
Oh, is it April 30th? Did she extend it?
Trump extended it.
Well, he extended it, but she didn't. So I'm going to wait to see what she has to say tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know, man. It all depends upon the numbers. But at the end of the day, I don't think it'll be any time before the middle of May. I think by the middle of May, I think we'll be back to where we can like go to a restaurant, but I think they'll have limited seating and everything else.
I think April 30th, we will start being able to go back to work.
Yeah.
Limited shifts.
Yep.
Social distancing will still be a thing.
Yep.
Clubs will not be allowed to reopen at that point, but just restaurants for limited seating, as you said.
Yep. Yeah. Like you'll take a restaurant and every other table could have somebody, but that'll be it.
Yep. So. Any last words before we say goodbye?
No, it's just that I miss everybody.
I do too.
It's weird. It's just the getting out and the camaraderie and all that stuff. It's funny though, because I noticed that I didn't pay as much for gas or food. I went over my March statement and it was like next to nothing. So, but I miss it. I just miss being around everybody, the creativity of everybody. It makes me, I don't know, I feel connected in a way that I don't feel when I'm just sitting at home. You know what I mean?
No, I totally get that. And this month, or the last month, has been especially hard for me because I messed up my back. So
yeah.
feel like I've been in quarantine a lot longer than everybody else.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's I still, and even I still have to go to the post office, but I cut that down to just a couple times a week. And then the same thing with going to the grocery store. I had to shop for all of my older relatives. So I have 3 aunts. Well, my wife has 3 aunts. They're all in their 80s. So I went shopping for them so that they're not exposed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's what I miss. I miss being out and about. So sitting at a table, everybody's got their notebooks out. Everybody's like, hey, I got this joke or that joke, or, you watch them try something. It's a lot.
What I miss all of that. I miss seeing someone I've never saw before and have them blow me away.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm really upset that on the last show that was supposed to happen at Farber's this past weekend, I don't know. Do you know Brandon Ponke?
I've heard of that name.
I saw him at the Rumble that was done at Hot Rocks, God, several months back.
Uh-huh.
He had a set, and I'll be honest, it didn't get much reaction from the audience.
Right.
I thought it was one of the funniest things I've heard in a long time.
Right.
And I was so excited to have. I put him on the show. I was really excited to have him do a longer set, and that didn't happen. I'm kind of devastated about that. I'm also devastated that the last show at Green Brain never happened because, I'm excited about every lineup that I've had on there.
Right.
Veronica Douglas and Carolyn Paul were going to headline. I had Christine, I can't pronounce her last name, Christine V on there. I was really excited.
Right.
I was just so excited. I was as a comedy fan, I was excited to see those shows, and I'm upset that I'm not going to see them.
Yeah, I was privileged to be part of the Green Brain comic book store show. That was a great show. That was the show that I was on. I really felt like all of us as a combined group did a really good job. You know what I mean? So, and I miss that part of it too. Like when you do like what you say, when you do a show and there's 5 or 6 of you, but you all do really well, there's a feeling that comes from that. Like you're not competing against each other, and that as a collective group, you guys did a really good job. You know what I mean? That I like that part of it too. So
yeah, that's the one thing I love about producing shows is just finding that right combination.
Yep.
And the show you were on, that was a great combination. Like everyone killed. Mike Temple friggin' killed.
Yep. And, but wasn't Tony Font was on that show?
Yep.
Myself. Was Brennan Charles the host that night?
He hosted that night.
Yep.
Kyle Forsythe and Justin Pettit closed out the show.
Yeah.
Ken was on there. Holy shit, she did great. Jason Brent did great. That was such a great show.
It was. So,
you know, I will have that lineup back.
Well, good. Yeah. Well, I'm sure they would be. I would love to do that show again. So
if I'll say it again, Green Brain is having a little fundraiser. I'll remember to put the link below, but if you guys who are watching this can donate, that would be awesome.
Okay.
All right, Bill. Thank you very much. Hopefully, I will see you sooner than later. And I can't remember who tomorrow's guest is going to be. I think it is. I don't know who it is. You'll be surprised.
Well, Robert, thank you so much for inviting me onto the show. I've enjoyed our friendship over the last couple of years, and I cannot wait to get out and about and see you live and in person.
I can't wait for us to do another road trip.
Yes, there will be more road trips.
Yep. Cool, man. I will talk to you soon. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Yep. Thank you. Bye.